Hi, welcome back to another video from Insectix Android Application Penetration Testing course. In this video, we're gonna see application signing. In Android, self-signed applications are allowed. If you take iPhone applications as an example, you cannot sign iPhone applications with your own certificate, which is self-signed certificate, and you cannot upload them onto iOS applications App Store. Right, because you need to sign it with Apple provided certificate and then you have to upload it onto the App Store. But in case of Android, you can sign your application with a self-signed certificate and you can upload it onto the Android App Store and Android market. That is allowed. Now, the biggest problem here is anyone can create his own certificate and he can sign his application. Right, and the biggest problem here is if you have seen there are many applications like Angry Birds, Temple Run, which are infected by attackers. That is possible because of this self-signed certificates, because once an application is uploaded onto the Android market which is signed by a legitimate developer, another attacker can actually download that application and he can sign it with his own key after making certain modifications. Right, and that is pretty easy with tools like KeyTool and Jar Signer. They come pre-installed with Java. So once if you install Java, this KeyTool and Jar Signer will be pre-installed so that you can simply use them to sign your applications. Right, so this application signing is something which is a part of Android's inbuilt security model. Right, now let's see how to check the certificate information of an application. Right, so to do this, we can pull out an application's APK file from the device and then we can extract it using unzip command, and then you can navigate to meta-inf folder and look at the file which is cert.rsa. Now let's see how to do this. Basically, pulling out an APK file from the device is pretty easy. The APK files will be located inside data app. You can simply pull this particular file using adb pull command, but I'm not going to do that right now because I have this challenge2 .apk file which will be given to you. You can download these applications from the download section. I have placed this application in this particular folder. As you can see, this is the path to reach this particular location. Now let me simply navigate to that particular location. ist vulnerable apps apk, ist vulnerable apps apk app2, and if you now give a quick ls, there is one application challenge2.apk. Now every single Android application is nothing but a compressed zip file. So when you are trying to develop an application, if you place some music or some images, all those resources will be bundled along with the DEX file which we have discussed earlier, the DEX file, the actual executable code. Right, so that file along with other resources will actually be bundled into this that .apk file. Right, so this is the final APK or Android application. So to do or to see all the resources and all the code that is bundled into your application, we can simply unzip this particular application, and if you now give a quick ls, as you can see there are a couple of other files along with your challenge2.apk in the same directory. This classes.dex is the actual code that you have written and compiled. Right, if you try to have a quick look at classes.dex, you can't see anything because that's a compiled binary. Right, now this Android manifest.xml file is something which is very important for pen testers. We'll see we'll have a couple of more details about this Android manifest.xml files in the next video. Now if you see this again, this is a binary file. We are unable to see it in clear text format. right? So let me go back. Now there is one more file called resources.arc. This contains compiled resources, and we have two more folders, res and meta-inf. If you see this res folder, it contains all the images and other resources. If you see this drawable HDPI, and if you give a quick ls, as you can see, there are some PNG images inside this folder, right? So all these resources will be, like, images will be residing in this particular res folder. Now one last folder that we are left with is meta-inf. Now if you go back, if you just give a quick cd to this meta-inf folder and give a quick ls, as you can see, there are a couple of interesting files here. This cert.sf contains all the hashes, as you can see, associated with all the resources or in all the files, as you can see here. Similarly, this cert.rsa is the public key certificate. It contains all the details of the public key certificate. Just in case if you want to have a look at this particular certificate, if you want to look at the details of this public key certificate, as you can see here, you can print the details that are there inside this particular cert.rsa using key tool. Again, if you remember, in the previous video I have discussed and I have explained that key tool can be used to create your certificates. Now the same tool can be actually used to print the details from a certificate, right? So print cert is an option to print all the details about the certificate, and this is going to be the file. So if you just hit enter, as you can see, it has given me all the details about this certificate. If you clearly observe this, owner is Android debug, because this is a debug key. I haven't signed it explicitly. This particular signature, this particular certificate comes along with my Eclipse. When I compile this application using Eclipse, some signing will automatically be happened, so that this certificate is actually from Eclipse. Now basically, if you explicitly sign an application similar to this particular certificate, we can find out the details, like who is the owner of the application, what is and serial number, validity of this particular application, and couple of other interesting things, right? So this is how one can actually have a look at the certificate information of an Android application using key tool, right? So that's all I have in mind for this video. Thanks for watching it. Thanks a lot.